Time for the Bodhisattva Deva's demise. When Bodhisattva Deva Sitaketu entered Nandavana garden, the accompanying retinue of male and female deities addressed him, "On your demise from this abode of Devas, may you proceed to a good abode, the destination of beings accomplished in meritorious deeds." The Devas accompanying Bodhisattva Sitaketu also urge him to recollect again and again his acts of merit done in the past and move about in Nandavana garden, surrounding the Bodhisattva. While the Bodhisattva was roaming about in Nandavana garden in the company of the Devas, who were urging him to reflect upon his previous meritorious life, the time of his demise arrived. The conception of the Bodhisattva. At the precise moment of Bodhisattva Deva Sitaketu's demise, Sri Mahamaya, the chief queen of King Suddhodana of the kingdom of Kapilavatthu, was enjoying magnificent regal pleasures. She had now reached the third portion of the second stage of life called Majjhima Vaya. The human life spent then was 100 years. Thus, the age of Sri Mahamaya Devi was around 55 years and 4 months. The festival of the constellation Uttarasala. It was the 9th waxing day of Asala, June-July, in the year 67 Maha era, when the chief queen Sri Mahamaya was 55 years and 4 months old. The people of the kingdom were joyously celebrating the festival of the constellation Uttarasala, a traditional annual event. One and all participated hilariously in the festivity, outdoing one another in merrymaking. Sri Mahamaya Devi also took part in the festival that was celebrated from the 9th to the 14th waxing moon. The festival was distinguished by a total absence of liquor and beautification with flowers, perfumes, and ornaments. On the full moon day of the month, the chief queen woke up early, took a perfume bath, made a most generous donation, giving away money and materials worth 400,000. She then dressed up herself and had breakfast of choicest food, after which she took the 8 precepts from her teacher Hermit Villa and proceeded to the exquisitely decorated royal chamber and spent the entire day on a couch of splendor observing the 8 precepts. Mahamaya's dream. Observing the 8 precepts and lying on the couch of splendor in the last watch of the full moon night, Sri Mahamaya Devi fell into a short slumber and had a dream, which foretold the conception of a bodhisattva as follows. The 4 Katuma Rajadevas lifted and carried her together with the bed to Lake Anotata in the Himalayas. Then she was placed on the flat surface of the orpiment slab measuring 60 yojanas under the shade of a sala tree, which was 7 yojanas high. Thereafter, consorts of the 4 Katuma Rajadevas came on the scene, took the queen to Lake Anotata, and bathed her and helped her to get clean. Then they dressed her in celestial costumes and applied celestial cosmetics to her. They also adorned her with celestial flowers. Then she was put to sleep with her head towards the east in the inner chamber of a golden mansion inside a silver mountain not far away from the lake. At the moment, in her dream, she saw a pure white elephant grazing around the golden mountain not far from the silver mountain where there was the golden mansion inside which she slept. Then the white elephant descended from the golden mountain, ascended the silver mountain, and entered the golden mansion. The white elephant then walked around the queen clockwise and effected entry in her womb from the right side by breaking it open. The conception of the Bodhisattva. At the time when the queen was thus dreaming, Bodhisattva Devasetaketu was going around in Nandavana garden in Tushita, enjoying delightful sights and sounds. While doing so, he passed away from the abode of Devas with full comprehension and awareness. At that very instant, the Bodhisattva was conceived in the lotus-like womb of his mother with the first great resultant consciousness, one of the 19 initial thought moments resultant of the first great wholesome consciousness, accompanied by joy, combined with knowledge, and prompted and caused by a preparatory development prior to the attainment of the jhana of loving kindness. The event took place on the morning of Thursday, the full moon of Asala in the year 67 Maha era, founded by King Anjana, grandfather of the Bodhisattva. The precise moment of his conception was marked by the conjunction of the moon with the constellation Uttarasala. The violent earthquake. Simultaneous with the Bodhisattva's conception, there occurred a violent earthquake. The 10,000 world systems trembled and shook in the following 6 modes. 1. The earth's surface rose up in the east and sank down in the west. 2. It rose up in the west and sank down in the east. 3. It rose up in the north and sank down in the south. 4. It rose up in the south and sank down in the north. 5. It rose up in the center and sank down along the circumference. 6. It rose up along the circumference and sank down in the center. The 32 great prophetic phenomena. Moreover, there appeared the 32 great prophetic phenomena that usually accompany the conception of a bodhisattva in his last existence. From these wonderful events, the wise could learn the bodhisattva has been conceived. The 32 prophetic phenomena as enumerated in the introduction to the Jataka commentary are given as follows. 1. A great light of unsurpassed brilliance spread through the entire 10,000 world systems. 2. The blind gained eyesight at that moment, as if they were desirous of seeing the glory of the Bodhisattva. 3. The deaf also gained hearing at that moment. 4. The dumb also gained the ability to speak at that moment. 5. The deformed also became normal at that moment. 6. The lame also gained the ability to walk at that moment. 7. The imprisoned and the fettered with handcuffs, chains, etc. for confinement became free of all bondage. 8. Fires in every hell became extinguished. 9. Those suffering in the awful state of petas were relieved of thirst and hunger. 10. Animals became free from danger. 11. All beings afflicted with disease were cured. 12. All beings spoke tenderly to one another. 13. Horses neighed gleefully in a sweet and pleasant manner. 14. Elephants trumpeted in a sweet and pleasant manners. 15. All musical instruments, such as cymbals, harps, trumpet, etc., produce their normal sounds without being played. 16. Ornaments, such as bracelets, ankles, etc., worn by human beings tinkled without striking one another. 17. Open spaces and sceneries in all directions became distinct and clear. 18. Soft breeze blew gently, bringing peace and comfort to all living beings.